NARC for the Commodore 64, and drugs were a severe problem. So much so that a special police unit had been set up to bring down the criminal masterminds behind the dealing operations. 2 officers equipped with the very latest in military hardware and a flashy red Porsche with 20mm machine cannons have been selected to travel into enemy territory, hunt down and eliminate the kingpin of the entire organisation. You play as either Max Force or Hitman, 2 drug enforcement officers hungry for promotion. To get there, they neglect detox and therapy for the full-on zero-tolerance method, armed with machine guns and rocket launchers to take on the perps, although there are bonus points for making non-lethal arrests. Shoot some bad dudes and they drop extra ammunition, rapid-fire power-ups, cash or packets of drugs. NARC was a fairly decent Ocean Software conversion of the reprehensible Williams coin-op as we see here. I never actually got to play this in the arcades as a kid, as it would always seem to have a crowd of around 4 or 5 people hovering around the person blasting away at the bad guys, waiting for their turn. It was extremely popular back in the day, and it came with no end of controversy too. So much so that the Commodore 64 version found itself in the BPJM Index of Games in Germany. But yeah, the Williams coin-op from which this is converted has got to rate as one of the most violent, not to mention one of the loudest, arcade games I'd ever had the pleasure to witness all the way back in 1989. But its sheer addictive nature simply grabs you by the throat and refuses to let go. The game can be played solo or in cooperative simultaneous 2-player mode. That way you can take both men into the affray armed with rapid-fire machine guns with which to decimate the drug-dealing forces. You can walk, jump and crouch toggle whilst firing simultaneously. Each manoeuvre comes in handy at different times, with crouching being particularly useful for disposing of the vicious Rottweilers that go for your throat. This can be fiddly as you need to press the left-hand shift or the cursor keys to crouch. Of course, being a pair of humane and caring police officers, your heroes would probably prefer arresting these criminals instead of mowing them down with a hail of bullets. And if you stand by a bad guy for long enough, he or she will be busted, giving you extra bonus points at the end of the round. A derivative, horizontal push scroller, NARC only differs from Robocop in that you can move in and out of the screen, or at least the bottom 3 inches of it. The drug dealers attack with relentless zeal, blasting you to hell with bullets you can hardly see, let alone avoid. The only tactic available is to zigzag wildly across the pavement. When the enemies die, they release one of several items: bullets, missiles, drugs and money. Picking up drugs and money gives you extra points, but if a choice has to be made, the bullets and missiles are a must. When your bullet count gets low, you can only fire puny single shots, so it's vital to keep the ammo topped up. Occasionally, the enemies drop a pass, clearly marked safe, which must be picked up in order to enter the next level. Massacre after massacre follows as the cleanup continues, where you face wave after wave of everybody in the game, and then, eventually, the head of the organisation puts in an appearance. Anyway, as you can probably tell by now, it's a decent enough all-action affair. The action is fun for a while because it's uncomplicated and fast, helped along by a racy soundtrack, but the mindless blasting grows repetitive unless playing 2-player mode with a friend, which always would compel me to continue in games where I'd usually give up halfway through. So, as I commit another Commodore 64 game to the archives, you can wave goodbye to the boring beat-em-ups and say hello to what was a gratuitous, violent simulator. At least, it was all for a good cause. Thanks for watching guys, hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and let me know what you thought of NARC in the comments section. As always, your support is massively appreciated, and for those who are new to the channel, then please do consider subscribing and continuing with me on this epic journey down memory lane. It's always good to revisit these Commodore 64 games, and there's plenty more just like this on the channel. Hopefully, I'll see you all in the next video. Until then, Bye for now.